Hey guys, happy Wednesday, happy Thanksgiving Eve if you're in the United States or feel inclined to celebrate that particular thing. We got something going on here today that was triggered by a George Knapp interview interviewing Travis Taylor, who was on the latest Netflix series about investigating Skinwalker Ranch, and I apologize, I don't remember what that was called. Just saw the first season. But if you're new to this channel, or you're just stumbling across this video randomly, the phenomena behind Skinwalker Ranch is caused by a group of cryptoterrestrials called Imagina, which that's them in their tech suits right there. Short cliff notes is their extra-dimensional future human versions of us, 52,000 years, here for reproductive purposes because they've damaged their genome through genetic engineering, and they've had subterranean habitations throughout the world for many thousands of years, probably at least since the beginning of recorded history. But so that's like the cliff notes on that. But Skinwalker Ranch is one of their subterranean habitations, and this Taylor dude, I forgot his last name already. Sorry, I had a few, just two. I feel a little bad for these guys because they don't know what they're dealing with, and as book smart as they are, they're not. They're not picking up on what's actually happening here. So, and the other part of this, I wanted to talk about strange lucid dreams, which I've had my own, and I'm going to talk about some other imagined experiencers that have had strange lucid dreams, which are actually them interacting with you. At least, I'm pretty sure they were experiencers having strange lucid dreams, interacting with them. But, this dude, Taylor, whatever his last name is, I forget his last name, interacting with Skinwalker Ranch, trying to cause it, he's basically treating it like it's some strange scientific phenomena. The phenomena. Oh, I don't know what the hell is going on. Type of deal. And basically, whenever they try something, cameras black out, batteries die, blah, 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 blah. Had a rabbi talk to the Magina, which they probably respect the rabbi. I think it was a rabbi, religious person of some sort. Communicate with them, and then they communicated to the rabbi. They're going to come see you tonight, to the Travis dude. And he's like, who? The people who are here is pretty much what the guy had said. And so in that night, he had a lucid dream where the door had opened and a native person appeared, probably Native American. And an important point about this is the point of glamour, which imagine with their tech, they can portray so that we perceive whatever it is they're portraying into us. I've had it done to me myself on at least one occasion. Other people have. There's so many cases of where this has happened. You're seeing something as an avatar, basically, and you're not seeing what the root cause is behind it. But anyway, this avatar was a Native American, came up to him, pressed its finger on his face, and shook its head, like wagged its finger, and then the dude woke up in the morning and there was like a burn mark right there, like indentation, damage. And I feel kind of bad for the guy because he's not getting it, but at the same time they're kind of saying, hey dude, just leave us the hell alone, kind of deal. And the upcoming months and years, more information on this is going to come to light, and people are going to understand what they're dealing with. But some other cases that were kind of interesting. A paranormal show, This Haunted Forest. I'm pretty sure it was real. There was a case where a woman went to an abandoned. I'm sorry, this is very loose, but it was an asylum, or it was an abandoned Homo sapien kind of place. And what ended up happening was she saw a dark hooded figure kind of crouching in a corner somewhere. And my kind of hypothetical is this was before there was a decision for disclosure. So imagine we're in their habitations, and it was still in the keep Homo sapiens away from us mode. So she went to her home, and she had the hitchhiker effect, and she had terrifying lucid dreams, which I've had a lucid dream, but it wasn't terrifying. But we'll get back to that later, where they were basically kind of engaging in a psychological warfare campaign. I think it was mostly to scare her away. And she had dreams of her dog getting in trouble, and eventually her dog gets, as sad as it is, did get sick and did die. Like I said, I think this is a psychological warfare campaign. So on to my own experience. I've mentioned this in a previous video, if I remember correctly, or I might have shortly mentioned it. I reached out to them via a friend who was an experiencer through one of my videos of covering one of Ryan Musgrave Evans' compilation videos of, a backing track he'd use, and I covered it on guitar and whatnot. And he had been experiencing their activity in his apartment. I said, dude, put this on the video. I want to know Ryan's glyph. I'm playing this song from Ryan Musgrave Evans. He didn't write it, but... And that night, I had a lucid dream where one or more of them were interacting with me, kind of hacking into my mind. It was just base curiosity of learning about me, learning about my job, which I still have, which is cleaning and maintenance at a FedEx warehouse, which, they asked me, well, why did you choose this job? And it was just out of pure curiosity and kind of just wanted to get to know me. I was like, well, it was on the internet. I found it on the website, and it paid what I wanted or what I needed at the time. They're like, oh, okay. And they were happy with that answer. And there was another section of the dream where there was this little 1 to 2 feet tall, kind of wispy, ghost-like figure that was running towards me from one of the driving docks, and it kind of materialized into a cross between a king's jester and a clown. And we began having a conversation. And I said, you must be Orion. And for those who know that, the Magina in their timeline, which is 52,000 years ahead of us, had settled on Alnilam's, a planet around Alnilam's, which is the middle star of Orion's belt. And this individual just kind of smiled at me and didn't directly answer my question, which is kind of a common theme when you ask them things that they're not supposed to disclose. Then I kind of like, okay, I got it. I was lucid. I mean, lucid dreams, you know how those are. They're once in a blue moon. You very rarely get them. I was like, okay, I got to change tactics here and get this dude to talk to me, So I'm like, I was like, I've heard tell of a nice lady by the name of the teacher. I know somebody who knows her, which is, Ryan Musgrave Evans knows her. Charles Hall also knows her. Do you know her? And then he laughed and smiled at me and said, yes. And he said, we know the teacher, but you may be disappointed if you were ever to meet her. And I said, oh, why is that? And he said, his reply was, because she's just a person like everyone else. And I was like, oh, okay. I understand that. And I said, I'm just curious to meet her because I've read a lot about her. And then there was a slight pause, and he said, and this was so much like them, in my opinion. He said, we approve of your logical conclusion of the situation. And that was like the last thing I remembered. But, you know, personally, I've been having some doubts, you know, because, you know, people can get insecure sometimes about where I stand with them, what, so on and so forth. But my experience was so much better than getting burned in the face with a finger and get no, 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 no. I actually had a conversation and stuff. So, Skinwalker Ranch people, best gang. It's not some weird science shit. I mean, it is a science shit, but it's real people behind the science shit. So smoke that up your fucking pipe.